the conditioning. It's a sprint and a marathon at the same time. But I feel great. So I don't know. After 5 years of doing it, I'm healthier than ever, mentally doing amazing. So I'm just always thinking of the positive, and even in sparring, I've never been knocked down or knocked out or anything. So I've just yet to experience any
Have you ever been knocked out?
no, never. Oh, I was meditating once. That's how my nose is crooked. People think my nose is crooked from boxing, but I was meditating once. It's the only time I've ever passed out and I got knocked out. But I like was sitting on this higher chair thing, meditating, breathing in, and I think I had like low blood sugar or something, or it was early in the morning, earlier than I normally woke up, and I just fell forward straight into the concrete, and it broke my nose, and I was like knocked out for like.
Hold on to your boxing gloves, because the internet just got hit with a bomb bigger than any Jake Paul stunt in history. Reports are flooding in that Floyd Mayweather, yes, the undefeated legend himself, has reportedly joined Gervonta Davis training camp. And you can bet Jake Paul isn't just worried. He's officially terrified. Forget reality TV drama or billionaire Instagram spats. This is a real-life, heavyweight scandal unfolding in front of the world. It's like watching a fireworks show while riding a roller coaster with no seatbelt. The timing couldn't be more dramatic. Jake Paul, who's been strutting around with bravado and viral tweets, suddenly finds himself in the ring of intimidation. Facing the legendary Mayweather teaming up with Gervonta Davis, social media is exploding, memes are already on steroids, and fans are losing their minds. The kind of clip you can't unsee, the kind of revelation that makes every influencer, streamer, and boxing fan stop scrolling mid-coffee. This is more than boxing. It's a cinematic showdown. Think Marvel meets Rocky meets internet chaos. Tension is palpable, stakes are insane, and the drama is so thick you could cut it with a pair of championship gloves. Prepare yourselves, because we're about to break down every shocking detail, every celebrity reaction, and every twist that makes this saga impossible to look away from. The boxing world is officially in meltdown mode, and no, it's not another YouTube versus TikTok fight gone viral. Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed problem child of boxing, has just had his universe shaken harder than a soda can dropped from a skyscraper. Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated legend whose name alone can give opponents nightmares, has reportedly joined Gervonta Davis's training camp, and the implications are explosive. Social media erupted faster than a viral TikTok challenge, with fans, influencers, and casual viewers all collectively losing their minds. Suddenly, the stakes aren't about YouTube clicks, they're about survival in a digital age boxing saga. Let's rewind a bit to understand the drama. Jake Paul has been riding high, strutting into fights with confidence, promos, and tweets that scream, "I'm untouchable." But confidence, as it turns out, has a nemesis, and his name is Floyd Mayweather. Rumors of Mayweather's involvement first trickled out like a whisper in a crowded stadium, but once leaked footage emerged, showing Floyd entering Gervonta Davis's training facility, chaos erupted. It's the kind of leak that makes you question reality, like someone accidentally combined Marvel villains with Rocky montages and then set it on fire. Fans are scrambling to decipher every clip, every photo, and every social media post tied to the story. The reactions online were immediate and insane. Memes comparing Jake Paul to a cartoon character trying to fight God himself spread like wildfire. Influencers rushed to dissect every angle, posting dramatic slow-motion edits and commentary that made this feel more like a Netflix thriller than a boxing training camp. Twitter timelines exploded with speculation, outrage, and over-the-top comparisons. One user even tweeted, "Jake Paul just realized Mayweather is the human cheat code." And honestly, that might be the understatement of the year. Social feeds became a chaotic blend of panic, humor, and obsession. The timing of the leak couldn't be more cinematic. Jake Paul, who thrives on hype and bravado, suddenly found himself facing a living legend and a rising star simultaneously. The internet collectively gasped. Fans, casual observers, and meme creators alike felt the seismic shock. The controversy wasn't just about training, it was about perception, legacy, and digital dominance. Every reaction from Jake, real or staged, was scrutinized, creating a social media frenzy. The drama escalated so quickly, Even seasoned boxing commentators were pausing mid-analysis to say, "I can't believe this is happening." Social media became a battlefield. On one side, Jake Paul supporters doubled down on motivational quotes, hype videos, and reminders of his past knockouts. On the other, fans of Gervonta Davis and Mayweather unleashed an endless torrent of memes, countdowns, and reaction videos, effectively turning the internet into a live-action boxing ring where followers fought with likes, shares, and comments instead of gloves. Every post, every subtweet, every reaction added tension and kept the story alive. It was impossible to scroll past without feeling the pulse of the chaos. The leak itself was pure viral gold. Footage of Mayweather entering the gym, seemingly calm but radiating intimidation, was enough to send shockwaves through Jake Paul's fanbase. The scene was cinematic. Mayweather, undefeated, walking into a camp where every eye turned, every camera captured, every fan on edge. Social media immediately framed it as David versus Goliath. Except Goliath was a living legend in sunglasses, and David was a YouTube fighter, realizing he might have bitten off more than he could chew. Analysts and fans alike debated whether Jake's confidence would survive the psychological onslaught. The controversy wasn't confined to social media. Traditional media jumped in, covering the story with breathless urgency. Headlines screamed about Jake Paul's panic and strategic nightmare, while pundits dissected the implications for upcoming fights. Every outlet tried to outdo the other in dramatic flair, resulting in coverage that made the incident feel larger than life. It was like watching a reality show. Sports drama and viral meme culture collide in a single chaotic explosion. Nothing in the recent boxing world had created this level of simultaneous outrage, fascination, and suspense. Even the memes reached new heights. Jake Paul was compared to everything from cartoon heroes fighting villains to game show contestants facing impossible challenges. Mayweather was portrayed as a chess master, a supervillain, and even a mythical creature stepping into the mortal realm. Each meme amplified the narrative, turning a training camp into a cultural spectacle. Influencers added dramatic soundtracks, slow-motion edits, and absurd comparisons, creating a perfect storm of entertainment. Every second of content fueled the frenzy and ensured that no one could look away. The public discourse was insane. Fans debated Jake Paul's strategy, psychological state, and potential outcomes as if they were strategists in a high-stakes game. Supporters defended his courage, while critics questioned his readiness. The spectacle had transcended sport, evolving into a pop culture phenomenon. Social media was flooded with countdowns, reaction videos, and analyses that made every follower feel like they were witnessing a historic event. The combination of real-world stakes and internet theatrics created a perfect storm for viral content. Rumors and speculation intensified the tension. Some suggested Mayweather's involvement was a psychological tactic designed to rattle Jake Paul. Others argued it was a strategic move for Gervonta Davis to gain an edge over any challenger. Theories multiplied, each more dramatic than the last, as fans and commentators tried to predict every possible outcome. Social media feeds became crowded with opinions, memes, and reactions that pushed the narrative into chaos territory. Every angle, every detail, every post became part of the legend in real time. Even Jake Paul himself couldn't escape scrutiny. Every tweet, every video, every training clip was analysed under a microscope. Fans debated whether his confidence was cracking, whether his strategy was failing, or whether he was secretly enjoying the drama. The combination of real-world stakes, celebrity involvement, and internet obsession created a tension so thick it felt like the world was collectively holding its breath. Each moment added fuel to the fire, ensuring the story's virality was unstoppable. Meanwhile, celebrity reactions added another layer of chaos. Fellow influencers, athletes, and entertainers posted cryptic comments, memes, and reaction videos. Some made jokes about Jake Paul facing his greatest fear, while others drew comparisons to cinematic showdowns and historical rivalries. Every celebrity reaction amplified the tension, turning the training camp saga into a spectacle that transcended boxing. It was no longer just a fight. It was a cultural event, a social media hurricane, and a full-blown viral phenomenon. And through it all, the league continued to dominate attention. Fans dissected every frame, every movement, every interaction between Mayweather, Davis, and the camp. Memes evolved, reaction videos multiplied, and the story became a never-ending loop of outrage, humor, and fascination. The narrative grew with each passing hour, creating a living, breathing scandal that consumed the internet. The drama, suspense, and absurdity had reached levels that made even the most cynical observers stop and say, "Wow, this is insane." By the end of the first wave, the situation was clear. Jake Paul had entered a psychological battlefield, unlike anything he had faced before. Mayweather's presence in the camp wasn't just symbolic, it was a statement. Social media had amplified it into a global spectacle. Memes immortalized the tension, and fans hung on every post, every clip, every reaction. The drama was only beginning, and the world was already addicted. The drama escalated faster than a TikTok trend going global. Once the news of Mayweather joining Gervonta Davis's camp went viral, social media didn't just react, it detonated. Memes comparing Jake Paul to a cartoon character trying to take on God started trending, while reaction videos racked up views faster than a speedster in a Marvel movie. Fans weren't just commenting, they were orchestrating entire digital spectacles. Hashtags multiplied, conspiracy theories sprouted, and every post became a weapon in the chaos wars. Celebrities wasted no time jumping into the madness. Rappers, influencers, and even retired fighters posted cryptic reactions, emojis, and subtle jabs. One A-lister tweeted, "Jake thought he was a lion, turns out he's the gazelle." And the internet collectively lost its mind. TikTok compilations mashed the footage with cinematic music, turning Mayweather's calm walk into a cinematic villain reveal. Social media became a stage, and the audience, frenzied, obsessive, and relentless. The intensity was so absurd, it made every reality show reunion look like a quiet tea party. Meanwhile, memes reached nuclear levels. Jake Paul was depicted fighting Thanos with rubber gloves, sprinting from a shark in a city flooded with Gervonta Davis clones, and even running from a literal hurricane labeled Mayweather Energy. Every exaggeration, every absurd comparison, every joke amplified the narrative. Fans edited slow-motion clips with dramatic soundtracks, turning a training camp into a blockbuster trailer. The digital frenzy made even seasoned commentators throw their hands up and mutter, "I can't compete with this level of chaos." The public reaction was a perfect storm. Jake Paul's supporters posted motivational videos, reminding everyone of his knockout streak, while critics highlighted the psychological nightmare of facing Mayweather. Online debates resembled gladiator arenas, with each side defending strategy, courage, and internet clout. Every social media comment, reaction video, or meme was amplified by retweets and shares, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of obsession. The drama wasn't just entertainment, it became a social media ecosystem all its own. Rumors and leaks added layers of suspense. Alleged behind-the-scenes footage surfaced, showing Mayweather coaching Davis with eerie calm, a smile that could freeze lava, and movements so precise they looked scripted. Fans speculated about psychological warfare, training strategies, and even secret tricks designed to intimidate Jake Paul before he even stepped into the ring. The absurdity was delicious. Every new leak created more memes, reactions, and viral threads, and the narrative spiraled into a frenzy that even Hollywood scriptwriters would envy. Celebrity reactions kept the fire burning. Influencers created reaction compilations comparing Jake to underdogs in blockbuster films, while Mayweather was portrayed as a real-life Bond villain whose presence could destabilize entire worlds. Tweets, TikToks, and Instagram stories were dissected frame by frame, with fans predicting every subtle glance and gesture. It wasn't just social media. It was a global theater, complete with tension, suspense, and absurd exaggerations that amplified every heartbeat. The twists didn't stop there. Speculation about Jake's training, mindset, and possible strategies went viral. Some claimed he was practicing mental gymnastics to survive Mayweather's stare, while others joked about him hiring private hypnotists or mystical coaches. The internet's imagination ran wild, each theory more outrageous than the last. Pop culture comparisons were everywhere. Rocky, Creed, The Matrix, even video game final bosses. Every post amplified tension, humor, and fascination. The spectacle was no longer boxing. It was a living, breathing meme machine. Social media users treated every post as evidence. A story about Jake Paul grabbing a pair of gloves became a global discussion about preparation and psychology. An Instagram story of Davis punching a heavy bag was dissected as a sign of dominance. Every minor clip turned into viral content, and every viral post generated more reactions. the internet had turned the training camp into a multi-layered narrative of suspense, comedy, and absurdity. Fans weren't just spectators. They were participants in an unfolding digital epic. The memes evolved into full-blown viral lore. Jake Paul was cast as the underdog in absurd alternate universes, facing robotic versions of Mayweather, running from a literal tornado labeled Floyd Energy, and even trying to escape a volcano while carrying a championship belt. Meanwhile, Mayweather's calm, calculating presence was amplified into legendary proportions, portrayed as a strategist who could outwit time itself. Every meme added to the narrative, creating a self-sustaining frenzy that no one could escape. Even mainstream media joined the circus. Analysts dissected strategy, psychological warfare, and potential outcomes with dramatic flair. Headlines screamed about Jake Paul's panic and strategic nightmare, while pundits speculated about Mayweather's subtle intimidation tactics. Social media feeds and news outlets became mirrors of each other, amplifying the hysteria. Every reaction fed into the narrative, transforming a training camp into a global spectacle. The public obsession was unmatched. Fans debated every angle, shared reaction videos, and created countdowns to every training session leak. The digital ecosystem turned minor details into major headlines. Jake Paul's confidence was scrutinized. Mayweather's legendary aura was amplified, and Gervonta Davis's rising power became part of the viral drama. Every post, meme, and reaction became part of the legend, reinforcing the story's virality and creating endless suspense. And the conspiracy theories, off the charts. Some claimed Mayweather's presence was psychological warfare. Others suggested it was an elaborate plan to make Jake Paul crumble. Fans hypothesized about secret strategies, special training techniques, and even mystical rituals. The internet devoured every angle, creating endless content, memes, and discussions. Each theory added tension, humor, and fascination, keeping viewers hooked like a Netflix binge they couldn't pause. By the end of this viral wave, the story had grown beyond the original leak. It had evolved into a cultural event, a social media hurricane, and a comedic spectacle rolled into one. Every tweet, meme, and reaction reinforced the narrative, making Jake Paul versus Floyd Mayweather not just a boxing story, but a global phenomenon. Fans, celebrities, and influencers were fully immersed, creating a perfect storm of chaos, humor, and obsession. The saga had officially become larger than life. By the time the dust settled, the boxing world was forever changed. Jake Paul's bravado, once as loud as a stadium chant, had been replaced with a mix of anxiety, strategy, recalibration, and public scrutiny. The leak of Mayweather joining Gervonta Davis's camp wasn't just a story. It was a seismic event, shaking social media, fan bases, and celebrity circles alike. Memes continued to flood feeds, some portraying Jake as a panicked cartoon character, others exaggerating Mayweather's legendary calm into near mythical proportions. It was chaos with consequences, and the internet was consuming every pixel of it. Reputations were instantly in flux. Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed king of YouTube boxing, found himself in a reality far harsher than Instagram trolling or viral clapbacks. His mental toughness was now publicly dissected, debated, and memified. Fans questioned his preparation, mocked his anxiety, and speculated endlessly about his next moves. Meanwhile, Mayweather's legend grew exponentially. He wasn't just a retired fighter anymore. He was a mythical strategist whose very presence could tilt the digital narrative. Gervonta Davis, now amplified by the association, looked like a rising superstar about to eclipse anything Jake Paul had achieved. The social calculus of reputation had shifted overnight. Mainstream media jumped into overdrive, covering every possible angle. Analysts speculated about fight strategies, psychological warfare, and potential outcomes with an intensity usually reserved for presidential elections. Headlines screamed Jake Paul's nightmare camp and Mayweather strikes again, turning a single leak into an ongoing media cycle. The coverage didn't just report the story, it amplified it, fueling the meme ecosystem and pushing the saga into global conversation. Talk shows debated, commentators theorized, and every second of footage was treated like evidence in a high-stakes trial. Even fan behavior intensified the spectacle. Reaction videos, memes, and comment threads grew into sprawling epics of social media obsession. Users edited every clip into mini-movies, adding dramatic music, slow motion, and absurd analogies. Jake Paul became the underdog protagonist in a hyper-dramatized saga, while Mayweather morphed into the omnipotent villain orchestrating chaos from the shadows. Fans dissected every subtle gesture, every glance, and every gym movement, creating a digital folklore that was impossible to ignore. Business ramifications weren't far behind. Sponsors, collaborators, and even casual investors were watching every move. Every public appearance by Jake Paul or Gervonta Davis was scrutinized for signals of dominance, hesitation, or strategy. Alliances shifted, marketing campaigns adapted, and the fight's narrative became a key part of branding in the boxing and influencer world. The leak had transcended entertainment. It had become a case study in reputation management, social influence, and viral strategy. Memes continued to evolve, escalating the absurdity to nearly comical extremes. Jake Paul was depicted fleeing from cartoonish versions of Mayweather, navigating virtual labyrinths of boxing legends, and even escaping a digitally animated hurricane labeled Mayweather Energy. Meanwhile, Davis was elevated to superhero status, and Mayweather became an almost mythological force, a living embodiment of fear, strategy, and virality. Every iteration of these memes kept the narrative alive, ensuring it would linger in digital consciousness long after the leak itself. Celebrity commentary added another layer of complexity. Fellow influencers, athletes, and retired fighters continued posting cryptic messages, emojis, and reaction videos. Some compared the saga to blockbuster showdowns, others to historical rivalries, and a few to absurd cinematic crossovers that made no sense, but somehow worked perfectly. Every post kept the audience engaged, escalating tension and maintaining the story's cultural dominance. Social media feeds became mini-theaters, each reaction a scene in an ongoing, unscripted drama. The public debate was relentless. Fans analyzed every potential outcome, dissected Jake Paul's psychological state, and theorized about Davis and Mayweather's strategy. Every small leak or training clip was dissected like a forensic study. Forums and comment sections turned into gladiator arenas of speculation, humor, and outrage. The internet wasn't just consuming the story, it was actively shaping it, creating an ongoing loop of content, reaction, and reinterpretation that amplified the stakes at every turn. Long-term implications were already apparent. Jake Paul's confidence, previously untouchable, was publicly questioned. Mayweather's legend was reinforced, and Davis's reputation skyrocketed. The dynamics of influencer boxing had shifted. Fans, pundits, and insiders realized that social media virality, celebrity involvement, and psychological strategy now mattered as much as physical skill. The saga had become a blueprint for future digital age controversies, blending traditional sports drama with meme culture, viral marketing, and global attention. Even casual observers couldn't escape the spectacle. Social media feeds, YouTube timelines, and streaming platforms were flooded with reaction videos, memes, and analyses. People who normally ignored boxing were now caught up in this whirlwind, debating every angle, sharing every post, and awaiting the next twist. The story had become a cultural event, one that merged entertainment, suspense, and absurdity into a package so irresistible that ignoring it was impossible. Conspiracy theories flourished. Some claimed Mayweather's presence was a psychological masterstroke. Others suggested secret training regimens designed to undermine Jake Paul. Fans hypothesized about unseen strategies, mystical coaching techniques, and hidden motives. Each theory fueled the fire, generating memes, reactions, and viral threads that pushed the narrative further. The drama became self-sustaining, a feedback loop of absurdity, fascination, and cultural obsession. By the end of the fallout, the situation was clear. The leak had fundamentally altered the landscape. Jake Paul faced an uphill battle, not just physically, but mentally and socially. Mayweather's aura had grown to legendary proportions, and Gervonta Davis's star power had been catapulted to viral heights. The digital world had immortalized the saga through memes, videos, and endless commentary. Every frame, every clip, every cryptic post had become part of the story, ensuring its legacy would endure. And yet, despite all the chaos, one thing remained certain. This saga was far from over. New leaks, fresh reactions, and unforeseen twists were inevitable. The internet had claimed the story as its own, transforming it into a living, breathing phenomenon. Fans, celebrities, and influencers were all entangled in a web of suspense, speculation, and viral obsession. The aftermath had solidified reputations, shifted power dynamics, and set the stage for the next explosive chapter. The legend of Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis, and Floyd Mayweather wasn't just written. It was amplified, dramatized, and immortalized by the internet. Social media, memes, celebrity reactions, and global obsession ensured that this story would live on, referenced for years as the ultimate digital age boxing saga. Every fan, commentator, and influencer had participated, making the aftermath as thrilling, unpredictable, and absurd as the original leak itself. Alright fam, if your brain isn't officially fried from that roller coaster of chaos, congratulations, you survived one of the wildest, most insane leaks the internet has ever produced. But listen closely, because this is only the beginning. Scandals drop here faster than Jake Paul tweets, and if you think Mayweather entering Gervonta Davis's camp was epic, just wait for the next viral bomb. Smash that like button like it owes you your soul, because every single click fuels this madness and proves you've got the stamina for pure, unfiltered internet chaos. Comment your wildest theories. Tag every friend who would lose their mind over this, and let the debate rage. Don't just scroll, participate in the hysteria. Memes, reaction videos, over-the-top predictions, bring it all. The more outrageous, the better. This isn't just entertainment. It's a full-blown cultural phenomenon, and your comments are the lifeblood of the frenzy. Every share spreads the chaos, every reaction adds fuel, and every debate keeps the saga alive. Hit that subscribe button like it's the main event. Ring the bell like you're summoning drama itself, and buckle up. Because the punch press delivers scandals hotter than a knockout, leaks crazier than a reality show finale, and reactions wilder than any TikTok trend you've ever seen. Notifications are your VIP pass to every twist, every leak, and every cinematic moment in this insane saga. Remember, this isn't just a story. It's a living, breathing legend. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because here at the Punch Press, we don't just report chaos. We amplify it, dramatize it, and turn it into the most addictive entertainment on the planet. Stay obsessed, stay tuned, and get ready, because the next scandal is always just a click away.